Welcome to a 78 Courier video. It originally started tonight as a 78 Camaro video, but this is taking a lot longer than we thought, and I might as well reintroduce everybody to the Ford Courier. It has a 351 in it. It's a beast. It gets hot. It's one of the problems with this car. So in previous videos, you've seen that we've gathered everything to do a little more running with a water pump from Australia that's electric, and I mean a lot of things to go here, but we can't start the car, so it doesn't matter. So we've been playing, and you can see in 78 Camaro video from before, we've been playing starter games, and I will shoot all the footage from the last few hours, or put it after this. So welcome. I'm so glad you could join us. So let's immediately get started on something I dug up for a Ford Courier. I went through one of my shelves and I dug out a similar starter to what we had in the Courier. And one of the things that's been on my mind for the last couple days is the fact that it was super easy to push that Bendix in. So now I'm going to push this little button. Hopefully it's going to shoot that out, which it did. And yeah, that's actually quite difficult to push in. That takes quite a bit of force. I bet it's also getting hot, but I will find the Courier starter, do the same test, and compare it and make sure that I'm not crazy. Okay, so here I'm doing my comparison. Here's the one I brought. It's pretty difficult to push. Okay, I'm going to move it over to that one real quick and let's see if it's just as hard. I probably got to put the phone down for a minute. Give me a second. Okay, with any luck, this thing doesn't go flying anywhere. Wow. Oh yeah, that's soapy. Huh, okay. Look at that. We definitely now know that that's an issue. At the moment, we currently have no good starters, so we were able to swap the Chevrolet interface on. Looks like perhaps upside down. Well, no, that's correct. Okay, now remember, we know that one has a weak solenoid. However, small blocks might not be an issue for that compared to this thing. Problem we're running into is to put this in the car. This plate can't be on to get this in, or we gotta remove the motor. That'll be fun. So we have to be able to assemble this in car. Well, right now it is an interference fit. So we're thinking about what we want to do there, because for whatever reason this gear isn't popping out like the other one did, and I think we're just going to leave it. We don't want trouble. Okay, this was painful. Took a lot of filing, a little cleanup, because obviously one was made under SAE and one was made under metric. We figured that out because the bolts don't translate. So these are spread just a little further apart. But anyway, let's turn on the power, put on the override. That popped out. Yeah, that's got some good heft to it. We also learned, don't leave that energized too long. These things get pretty bloody hot. So there, that's where we're at. The old starter had a screw location, so somebody made this nice little adapter and soldered it right on there. Heat shrunk it right in there. Probably Harlan. But we don't need it now. We need to go back to that. So we pulled all the wire back up where it's easy to work. And we actually wound up trimming it back a little bit. So we're past the corrosion now. So we'll get that going, run it down, and then we're going to see if it's even possible to re-index the starter or not. I don't know that we can, but if we can turn the solenoid away from the header, that'd be nice. Okay, we got that wire worn down, getting ready to crawl under here. Old fat guy, he hates doing this sort of thing. So I'll get down there, and I think what I'm going to start with is I'm going to screw that front nose assembly on loosely, and then just take the body and see if I can index that better than it was before. So that's a maybe. If we can't, we can't. It's part of why we have the blanket. Alright, no chance of re-indexing. I was just playing with that. So now I'm going to go ahead and put, because we can't put the whole starter in, that has to be divorced. So now I get to put that plate back on the body in this little space up here and then get it up on there. It's gonna take a few minutes. Well, we're getting closer. A few bolts left to tighten, and then of course we gotta get that starter solenoid wire on there and then try to get that blanket on, and then we'll see if we can start the car. Okay, we're not doing the blanket yet. He's gonna pop a battery on and see if that clicks over and spins the motor, or if we're pulling it back out. I hope we're not. I know it doesn't look like much time on video, but that actually takes a few minutes. That's really difficult spot to get at. Alright, so that's hooked up. Let's see if this goes woo 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 or not. Hey! Look at that. Now the starter whirs. Well, that's a good thing. Now we're going to fight that little blanket. I'll be right back. Alright, this Velcro starter blanket worked pretty slick. So there we go. It's a nice bit of Kevlar. Should keep the solenoid from getting as hot as fast. We'll see. Okay, car's back on the ground. We don't seem to have any tools anywhere. Now he's going to see, it's been a while, he's going to see if we can get her started. I'm throwing a rag over here on the Camaro. Yeah, this thing hasn't been running a while. Wow, that hood sure bounces. That's spooky. I think I'll hold that. I'm going to imagine the carbs were completely dry. Yeah, I don't even smell fuel yet. You see, you're getting a live action, play-by-play. Okay, pump again. Yeah, I don't hear the squirter yet. You out of gas? Ooh, you got the blue light on in the back. Yeah, I still don't even hear fuel yet. So we're probably filling up an empty carburetor right now. It's a big part of why I like fuel injection. It fills it up right now. So I'm going to go get the jump pack because I think we're going to need it. Alright, let's test our new starter some more, I guess. Yeah, I haven't heard any fuel yet. Yeah, I think I'm going to go grab a little gas and we'll pour down a bowl. Yeah, just like I thought, there's no fuel. This is a double pumper, so it's real easy to see that rear squirter. See it not squirting? That tells us the story, so we're going to get a little gas. And the same way the fuel got out is the same way we're putting it back in, through these vents. So I don't have a fancy bottle, but this should do the job. So we'll put a little in here, and don't worry, some of it will fall in the hole here, and it'll all be good. And then we'll give them a little bit to start on. And believe it or not, that should be enough to get the fire just enough to get the fuel pump running so that we can get the car started. Alright, let me do a little wiping though. We did spill a little more than we wanted. Alright, go ahead and see if that does it. See, we just heard a skip. Let me give it a little more fuel. Okay, go ahead. There. Hopefully, if we do that 2 or 3 times, these bowls should fill right up. So see, we'll just pour a little gas, a little down here too, because it is a double pumper. Okay, go ahead. Okay. One more like that, and that should fill our bowls. Although I'm starting to think I should probably be paying attention to what I'm doing. Go ahead. Okay, now let me see if that's done anything for filling the bowl. Wow, there's not a flat spot anywhere. No, we still haven't filled up our anything. Okay, let's try to get a little on the front bowl. We'll throw a little in the back, throw a little in the front. Let them start it again. Go ahead. Okay. Now let me see if we have fuel. If we don't, then we don't have any gas, or we don't have a fuel pump that's working. That should have been enough to fill both bowls. Yeah, this isn't the most ideal bottle, but it's doing the job. Okay, it'll start. There, okay. You can't hear me anymore because this thing is loud. We had a weird little scare, so hopefully we got that fixed. I'll be checking. But, yeah, fuel started leaking here out of that cleanable fuel filter. Must have backed off enough that fuel was piling up on top of the water pump timing cover plate. So go ahead and start her. And then I'll keep an eye out to see. See, that's just leftovers. Yeah, so we got that tight now. Okay. That makes me feel better. Okay. So the beast is running. It's not leaking anymore for now. But this thing vibrates pretty fierce. And we're not going to want to run it for too long. We are inside. Crazy and ill-mannered as it is, though, it sure sounds nice. So she's warming up, and just like that, she's almost warmed up. She's starting to idle. As you can see, she shakes a little. It's a rumpety little thing. The problem is it gets a little warm, so we're gonna work on that. Yeah, I hear a door getting opened. Oh yeah, it's thick in here. It's thick, dude. Yeah, wish I'd have shot a lot more videos of this over the years. As you can see, custom Dakota gauges. We added lights everywhere with all kinds of nice little lights. And then he's got a little knob here for which lights are on when. See, we can add more lights. So it's pretty cool, man. Yeah. Yeah, they bought this in 1978. Okay, put the air cleaner back on. And this silly thing, yeah, you know, take that with a grain of salt. Our real temperature, we can measure with the Dakota right here. You can see she's pushing 170-ish. So, yeah, still doing okay for now. Problem is this poor little fan, he can only do so much. You know, he's being a hero, but he can only do so much. There. So, let her cool down. Yeah, she hadn't been started in a while. A little cold tempered this one is. It's I'm trying to remember, mechanical roller. No, not even a roller. I think it's just mechanical. Oh, it is a roller? So it's, no it's, yeah, just mechanical cam. Yeah, so just a mechanical cam. It's pretty high lift. It's pretty snarly for when it was built. You know, it's a lot of motor in a little tiny truck, which is what hot rodding is all about. Problem this one has now is, we gotta get it cool, you know, and then you gotta remember to shift. Unfortunately, it's got a manual valve body in it, so you can't just put it in drive and go. Pretty soon, the truck's gonna get real unhappy. So, ooh, I think I'm gonna get a picture for the thumbnail real quick. And with that, a whole nother night has just zipped on by. You never know where it goes. So, I think we're gonna wrap on the Courier for tonight. Hopefully we still have time to deal with the cooling system before winter flies. It's coming fast. It's coming really, really, really fast. So anyway, this has been a 78 Courier video. Thanks for watching. Always pay attention to what you're doing and where you can and can't fit. Sometimes you need a friend.